I'm sure it's no surprise to anyone that I keep very detailed spreadsheets of my makeup and what category it's in, how long I've had it in my collection. And so I thought I'd share a little bit of that with you today. I think it would be really interesting to talk about the oldest products in my collection. I have it organized in two categories. One side of the spreadsheet is cream and liquid products, and the other side is pencil and powder products. I like to keep them separate because cream and liquid products expire more quickly, so I try to make sure I'm like looking at those on their own just to make sure that they're not as old. I am happy to see that all of my cream and liquid products are much younger in age than my powder products. Powder products I feel more comfortable keeping around for longer because I just don't feel like they expire as quickly, and they are easier to sanitize. I have 8 cream and liquid products, and then I have 11 powder products. I'll start with the cream and liquid because they are newer. If you can guess what you think my oldest products are, please do so in the comments. I wasn't surprised in the slightest because I look at the spreadsheet all the time to make sure I'm not just letting things sit and expire, but I feel like if you've been watching for a while, you might also have a pretty good idea. I'll start with the cream products because those are significantly younger than my powder products, and I'll work my way from youngest down to oldest. 6 of the cream products I have are from 2021. Most of them are lipsticks because those take me forever to go through. I am making a really strong effort to work my way through those products right now. None of them have expired yet. They all perform fine, smell fine, don't do anything to give me a weird reaction, so I feel comfortable wearing them still, but I am really trying to focus on them this year. 2 lip products that I got in November of 2021 are these 2 lip products right here, e.l.f. Black Cherry and Besame Wild Orchid. I do have a dedicated short talking about both of these individually, and I think for all of my lip products that I'm going to talk about today. I have a whole litmus playlist on my channel, and I have the name of the product in the title of each of them, so if you'd like to see a swatch, what it looks like on my hand, what it looks like on my lips, you know, more information about the formulas and stuff, I would suggest going to that playlist because I do go into a lot more detail. Wild Orchid is probably one of the lipsticks that I likely won't be able to finish all the way. All the other ones I do plan and expect to, but this one is just such a bright color and it leaves such a strong stain that, I don't know, I haven't reached for it that much because it's such a specific color, and I know that it's going to leave a really strong stain on my lips for days after it's gone. It's intense. Also, this square shape of the bullet, I know it's supposed to make it easier to apply once you figure out how to use it, but I've never really gotten the hang of it and because it is such a staining dark product, I can't really afford to make those types of mistakes. However, in my last vlog, I was talking about how I want to recreate the stained purpley plummy lip that I see on a lot of people in TV shows and stuff, and I really think that this might be able to give me what I'm looking for. So I think I'm going to be playing with it a little bit more. I love the packaging. I think this is a beautiful lipstick, and honestly, I don't feel like I need to finish it all the way in order to get the value that I'm looking for from this. So I've made peace with it. This other one I do think I could finish. This is the Black Cherry Lip Balm from e.l.f. This is supposed to be a Clinique Black Honey dupe. I think they discontinued this at one point and then brought it back. I don't know if it's still available, but I really like this. I think this is a good lip product. So those are both from November 2021. And then I do have 2 products from Charlotte Tilbury that I got in August of 2021. One of them is another lipstick. It's the Walk of No Shame. It's from their Superstar Lips lipstick line where it has this thinner bullet. This is also very much like a tinted lip balm. On my wedding day, I wore the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip pencil all over my lips during the ceremony, and then during the reception I brought this with me to reapply throughout the night, and I liked it because it was a little shiny, a little bit deeper, so it really popped in photos, but it was really comfortable and easy to reapply. I didn't really have to like look into a mirror and precisely apply it. It was just something that I could throw on pretty easily, and this one smells like hot chocolate. I mean, I do have a lot of the product left. This is it pushed all the way up, but I really don't think I would have any trouble working through this once I actually focus on it more. I just think it's a really nice product. I'm trying to focus on another lipstick that I'll talk about at the end because it really is my oldest lipstick, and then I'll have no problem focusing on that one. The other oldest product from August of 2021 is this foundation, also from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Airbrush Flawless Foundation in the shade Too Neutral. I also wore this on my wedding day. I've been reaching for this a lot more lately because I do want to finish it before the end of this year. year, and I really only have the littlest bit left at the bottom, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. So this one will not be on the list for long. And then I have 2 lipsticks from June of 2021. I got married in 2021, so I was buying a lot of Charlotte Tilbury stuff, and I found 2 things from the Look of Love collection that I really wanted to get. And one of them is called Wedding Bells, and so I couldn't resist. It's a really beautiful color too, so I'm glad I have it. I'm glad I have both of them. The packaging is stunning. It has special embossing on the actual bullet as well, and these are refillable, so if I were to finish them, I could keep the packaging and buy a replacement bullet. And one of them is from their Satin Formula Nude Romance. It's more of a peachy color, and then Wedding Bells is a matte, and it's a bit more purpley. This is a really beautiful nude shade for me. I wish they sold this shade in the satin version. That would probably be like my perfect nude lipstick for like every occasion, but I still really like it as a matte too. And both of these I purchased in June. I think that's right around when they were released, and I was really excited about them, so I picked up 2. I think there are like 3 or 4 shades total. Those were all of the 2021 cream products I have, and then I have 2 from 2020. One of them is a Stila lipstick in the shade Palermo. Really beautiful color. I've been using this as a cream blush mixer lately, and I imagine that's how I will finish it. Both of these I want to have done by the end of the year. The other one I'm also focusing a lot on is Pillow Talk Medium from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't believe I purchased this myself. I'm pretty sure I got this in like a mystery box. So I did technically purchase it, I just didn't know what was gonna come in that box. So Pillow Talk Medium I got in December of 2020, and Palermo I got in November of 2020. These are the 2 lip products that I am focusing on the most heavily because obviously they're the oldest, and I would love to be able to work these out and be able to take any 2020 cream products off my list completely. Now let's move over to powder products. I have 9 from 2018, and then 2 products that are even older than that. And so I'll start with all of the 2018 products, and these are all single eyeshadows. I had a really big moment with single eyeshadows in 2018, and some of these shadows I still love and use all the time, and I am actively trying to finish some of my oldest ones. It just takes forever, but you'll have seen me talk about those in my recent empties videos. I have 1 Makeup Geek single, 3 ColourPop singles, and then the rest of them are Clionadh. I have 3 that I purchased in November, and then 6 that I purchased in September. So the 3 November eyeshadows are this first one from Makeup Geek in the shade Phantom. This one's almost finished. It's got an enormous pan on it. It's a duochrome that has a purple shift. I love wearing this on the inner corner, and that is how I plan to eventually finish it. And then the other 2 are ColourPop singles, both of which have pan in them, and they are both mattes. They are this shade right here, it's called Issues, and then this shade here is called Wait For It. I don't really wear these sorts of really, really warm corally shades as much anymore, but I used to love this kind of stuff back in the day, especially because around this time I had started lightening my hair, and I was using color depositing conditioners to give my hair like a strawberry blonde look, and I was wearing fake tanner, and I was just like really into it at the time, and so I was wearing a lot of these types of shades back in the day, which is why I have pan on them. And then I do have 1 additional ColourPop single that I bought in September, and that is this purple matte here, 143. And then the rest of the shades are from Clionadh. I went to IMATS with a fellow YouTuber and friend, Rebecca Morgan, and we met up in Toronto, and we went to the IMATS there, and I actually got to meet the 2 founders of Clionadh Cosmetics there, and we had so much fun, me and Rebecca, of swatching all of the shades. We were so excited to be able to play with all these shades in person, because I think at the time Clionadh was only available online, and it still might only be available online. We just had so much fun, and I did end up purchasing quite a few singles from that event. One of them is a shade I am trying to finish, and it is the shade Emerald. It's a really beautiful like lime green shimmery shade. This was in one of their larger pans that they used to offer, and so there's a lot of product in here. I like to use it on my eyes, but I also really like this as a nail polish. And the pan had broken. I had dropped it a few times, and it had fallen apart. So I was having a lot of trouble keeping it just in the pan, even though I was trying to repress it. So I decided to just mush it up and put it in a single little pot like this, just so that I don't lose product anymore. And then the other 4 shades are just regularly sized singles. I have this shade here, which is called Arcana. This one here is called Aqua Vitae. This one here is called Filigree, and then this one up here is called Prophecy, which I do have a pan in. And I'm pretty sure all of these are duochromes. Filigree might just be a regular shimmer shade, and then the other three are duochromes. I can't say for certain that they perform exactly the same as when I bought them 6 years ago, but I still love them. I still reach for them all the time. I think they're beautiful. So up top is Prophecy, then Filigree, Aquavite, Arcana, and Emerald. I think these look really flattering on my skin tone, and just for my makeup preferences, I like to keep my eye makeup relatively bright. So those are my 9 products from 2018, and then I only have 2 products that are older than that. If you remember, you might not remember, it's fine, it's been a long time. Back in 2017, I did a makeup no-buy year where I tried really hard to not buy any makeup for all of 2017. I think the only thing I purchased was like an Urban Decay setting spray at the very end of the year just because I had run out. And so I don't have anything in my spreadsheet from 2017. Normally I do not keep products for this long, but I just love them so much and I don't think I can replace either of them just yet. So I am holding on to them, but I am making a greater effort, number one, to reach for them more, just to enjoy them, but also to try and find some potential dupes for one of them. Both of these are from 2016, so they are 8, coming up on 9 years old. The first one is a Laura Geller highlighter. This is in the shade Peach Glow. If you guys remember the 2016 era of YouTube, these baked gel highlighters were all over the place. I think I owned 3 or 4 of these at some point. I had the pink one and the more gold one, I'm pretty sure. And this is the one that made the cut because it looks the most natural on me and worked with the most looks. I don't really wear as much highlighter as I used to, but this is still a really beautiful formula and it can be subtle. You don't have to overdo it. The light is really bright here right now, so hopefully you can see that. I have it on the edge of my hand there. And if you can see that, that matches my skin tone pretty well, but still leaves a really beautiful, healthy sheen. I find myself reaching for this still all the time. I'm sure if I looked really hard, I could find a dupe for it. That one, I'm fine with just continuing to wear it until I'm ready to either declutter it or potentially finish it if I can. But the other one I don't want to get rid of because I haven't ever been able to find a shade match. I would love to be able to replace it. I just haven't been able to find anything. And that is this blush from Makeup Revolution. This was something that I bought on clearance for like $5 right before they discontinued it. I don't even go for these like corally shades, like I said, with those eyeshadows, but sometimes I'll do a look, especially in the summers, and I'll feel like I need a little bit more of a brightness or lightness to my cheeks. I just pop this on top. I use a really light hand because it is quite pigmented, and I just love it so much. I'm really hoping that maybe one of the duos from Patrick Ta might be able to dupe it. I'm not sure, but I am just gonna have to eventually take this into an Ulta with me, take it into a Sephora, and just start swatching it against other things to see if I can find a really close match. So yeah, these are both from 2016. So yeah, those were my oldest 19 products. I will really quickly show you a screenshot of how I have them organized in my spreadsheet. I'll start with the cream and liquid products, and then I'll move over to the pencil and powder products. And every time that I finish a makeup product in my collection, I do go into this spreadsheet and remove that line. And that way I always have a really updated version of what my makeup collection looks like by age. I'm really glad I decided to create this spreadsheet and keep it updated over time. Sure, it can be a little bit of work, but it really just gives me a great idea of like what I should be focusing on. And when I was project panning, it was so useful for me to be able to go and look at what my oldest products were, because obviously I would want to focus on those in project pans first. I am a spreadsheet girly, if that's not made perfectly clear from the type of content that I make. I like being able to track stuff and quantify it and use it to look at, you know, trends and maybe behaviors that I should maybe keep an eye on. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun to watch. If you're curious to know what my newest makeup products are, I do show hauls in my makeup vlogs. And so if you look at my recent vlogs that I've done this year, I do typically have a section in there where I talk about the new stuff that I'm bringing in. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!